YAWA is brought to you by ChangeCars. ChangeCars is SA's safest online platform. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.
Welcome to episode 12 of YAWA. Absolutely incredible. Episode 12, Nikki. How does time fly?
It's flying. It's flying when it was on top already.
But talking about flying, the questions are flying in. We're going to start with buying. Latalbo's got an interesting one. Looking for something brand new. Nissan Navara, top of the range. And when he says top of the range, he's not sure if he's going to go for the Pro 4 or the Stealth, but Nissan Navara, top of the range, or next generation Ford Ranger, 2-liter bi-turbo.
Okay.
Nissan fan, Ford fan. Let the rumble in the jungle begin. What are you going with? White Proviso, sorry.
Okay.
How long does he want to keep the Bakkie for?
I saw it says 6 to 10 years.
6 to 10 years. So he wants to pay off the vehicle over 6 years and then have 3-4 years installment-free motoring. What does he go for?
Navara.
There's no rumble in the jungle. It was a surrender.
I'm playing it safe. I don't know with the current Ford how will it do. It will go over the 6 to 10 years, more especially with what we've seen with the previous generation. So for the sake of safety, I would say go with the Navara. If you're planning on keeping it for 5 to 6 years, I'd definitely have said the Ford.
So now longevity absolutely is debatable. I think if you ask 10 people, 8, funny enough, would go with the Ranger because the Ranger is definitely the more popular, better seller.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of driving all these new double cabs, and openly, the Navara blew me away. 140 kilowatts is strong. It didn't feel absolutely mind-bogglingly strong,
but it is strong.
The feel of that vehicle. If you said to me, Mike, all this last 8 years, I've put my neck on a block, but looks-wise, as a matter of interest, what would you say is a nicer look?
For me, the Ranger, but I know you're going to go with the Navara.
So I love the look of the Navara. I've always loved the Nissan styling ethos of their latest designs. But yeah, the recommendation that I would say, 55-45, the Navara, but it's one thing that you've got to do. Think about this. You're going to keep the car potentially for 10 years. It's a car that you're going to drive pretty much every day. You need to go drive both and say, Mike, I love the way the Navara drives, wasn't comfortable in the Ranger, or alternatively you say, you know what, I don't care about the longevity, but I love the Ranger. Do you agree? If you're going to keep a car for 6 to 10 years, it's got to talk to you from day one.
100%.
So, difficult one. We're leaning towards a Navara, but the Ranger is in the running. You're going to be impressed by my pronunciation. Musa Wenkosi, have I got that correct?
Yes, Musa Wenkosi.
Beautiful. Is looking for a second-hand vehicle, almost very opposite. Mazda CX-5, Mercedes GLC 220 diesel. So the CX-5 must also be diesel. Why do I say opposite? A Mazda and a Mercedes. German versus Japanese.
100%.
Would you agree totally opposite?
100%.
Around 90,000 kilos is his frame of reference. Which one are you going with?
So is the CX-5 new or?
Both second-hand?
Both.
Around 80 to 90,000 kilos that he's looking at. When I say limited budget, 350 to 400.
Okay.
Can't go new. But again, wants to keep the car for 6 years plus.
Oh.
Now, what is interesting, Nikki, why do people keep saying they want to keep the car for a certain period of time?
I think it then allows us to tell them exactly which brand to go for because of the
longevity.
Longevity, yeah.
If you take maintenance on the two,
Mazda, cheap.
Mazda all day long.
Yeah.
If you said to me, Michael, I'm going to keep the car for a year, don't matter what I lose on it, the car's not going to give me trouble, because a Mercedes or a Mazda with 80, 90,000 kilos is not going to give you trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going Merc there. What are you going with?
100% Merc. But once you start saying you want a lot more years, you want to keep the, then go Mazda, sorry.
So let's look at it 4 years from now. You buy the car with 90,000 kilos, you're doing 15 to 20,000 kilos, possibly even 20, 25. So now you're doing 75,000 kilos in 3 to 4 years. All of a sudden, that Mazda's got 160, the Merc has got 160. Now it's no longer a debate.
100%.
The Mazda will keep going. You will visit your local Mazda dealer and say, we need to change the oil, the brakes, and the filters. You'll visit your local Mercedes dealer and they say, so, sir, would you like to do it on 36 months or 48 months budget? Are you going to pay for the service? So, Mazda it is. Well done, Mazda. Mohammed's in the market for what he calls a premium SUV, but mainstream. He said we don't have to worry about the negatives, meaning the theft, anything like that. Not interested in dealer network. He's got one question only. 3 brands, which is our favorite, purely based on brand. Toyota Fortuner had to be there,
Mm-hmm.
Pajero Sport,
Mm-hmm.
and Isuzu MUX. Now remember again, and I've got to repeat, not taking any theft into account, just purely vehicle. What are you going for in your order here? It's a tough one because all three. You could do any order. You could do Toyota first, Isuzu second, Mitsubishi, and swap it around, and you're doing it right. What are you going for?
Oh, for me personally, I'm gonna say Toyota 1, Isuzu 2, Pajero 3. But that 1 and 2 between Toyota and Isuzu,
You could easily flick it around.
It's right, yeah. So flip of a coin, whichever one lands on, go for that.
So for me, slightly different, not to be argumentative.
Okay.
Isuzu out and out first. I'm going to go, funny enough, the Pajero second and the Fortuner third. Now remember, longevity, risk, none of that's a factor. What's the newest of the three? That's where my thinking is.
The Isuzu.
Isuzu. What's the second newest of the three?
The Pajero.
100%. So now, if you ask that question in a year or 2 years' time, possibly we would change.
Yeah.
When is the new Pajero, sorry, apologies, a new Fortuner coming out?
Should be next year. Should be, but you never know. Should be next year.
So Mohammed, if it's 2025, Nikki and myself, we're similar, but I think the Isuzu will be the longest lasting in terms of the modernity.
Yeah.
But if it's in 2026 and you can wait 6 months, Toyota can't beat it. But let's call a spade a spade. 3 nice choices. Can he go wrong whatever he chooses?
Nope. Either or, he'll be happy.
That's exactly it. And it's wonderful. When you identify the right vehicles, can you imagine if Peugeot made an SUV and we're saying, would you go for the Peugeot 7-seater or a Toyota? We wouldn't have a show because it would be Toyota, Toyota, Toyota. Mohammed, best wishes. You've got lovely choices.
Looking for a vehicle warranty? Look no further. ChangeCars has partnered with VAPS SA, proudly powered by King Price Insurance. ChangeCars, the brand the public trusts with good reason.
So on this show, we don't only spend money. Sometimes we like to make you money. Tammy's got a beautiful question. 2015 Audi A1, 1.4, the Tiptronic.
Okay.
Kilos, low, 77,000 kilos. Her question is, she's been offered around 145, 150. So that's the value of the car, obviously fully paid off.
Yeah.
She's got 100,000 Rand. She doesn't need to finance it. So a total budget of 250. Simple question. Can Tammy go forward by selling her Audi with 77,000 kilos, putting in 100,000 and buying, you want a new wish car, doesn't have to be brand new, 2023, 4 or 5, budget 250. How do you go forward, Nikki?
There's no going forward. Well, I think so. I would like to think there's no going forward.
So Tammy, my simple opinion is exactly the same as Nikki. You've got a car that still looks modern, super low kilos.
Yep.
You can extend the Audi freeway plan. It won't cost you a lot of money. So take 30,000 Rand of that 100,000 Rand. Save 70,000 and keep that Audi for another 3-4 years. Do you know what engine that 1.4 Audi's got in it in terms of performance? Must be what, 90, 100 kilowatts?
Should be around 100.
So let's just use another alternative. 250, what am I getting? Swift?
Brand new Swift, Baleno, Starlet. Yeah.
3-year-old?
Polos.
So now, again, interesting. Like sometimes I almost doubt myself. If you had a 23 Polo with 30,000 kilos, would that be as good as the Audi, or would you still stick with the Audi?
I'd still stick with the Audi. It'll be tough, but I'll still stick with the Audi.
Tammy, we're not here to complicate your life. Phone Audi, extend the freeway plan. You've got a beautiful looking car. And when I look at that A1, is it not the ultimate chic ladies car?
100%. And the colors, there's a yellow, there's a red, there's a blue, there's a white. So stick with it.
I've often made a joke, you walk more than you drive. Desiree, without a shadow of doubt, has a unicorn of the week. 6-year-old car, 2019 Renault Clio 900T,
Okay.
27,000 kilos. Why is she selling?
I'm guessing she's moving or something. I don't know.
Absolutely. You cannot be selling that car for any other reason than you immigrating. She's immigrating to Ireland.
Okay.
She's been offered 115 to 125,000 Rand. Now, her question is relatively unique. She says, she looks online, that car is worth minimum, in her opinion, 150 to 160,000 Rand. What are our options if you can't get more from the buying services? What do you do?
Private sale, I'm guessing.
So yeah, I'm going to take absolute credit. We did not make 1 Rand. We had a buyer looking for a car. 145,000 Rand is what they had.
Okay.
27,000 kilos. I'm very open when I say, not negatively. By and large, I'm not a huge Renault fan.
Yeah.
It's not a product that we dis or endorse, but for 145,000 Rand, 27,000 kilos, can you do better?
No, you can't. That's actually a good car. You look at it overall.
So if you have an ultra low mileage for the year car, please contact ChangeCars and we'd love to try and assist you to get more. So here's a tricky one, but one that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Karabo's got a 4-year-old 2021 Honda, not sure of which Honda it is,
Okay.
just over 70,000 kilos. He owes the bank 76,000 Rand. He's been offered 230 by We Buy Cars and 220 on a trade-in. Now, what trade-in is he going for? One of my favorite cars, Mazda CX-30. If he takes what he can get for the car, less the settlement, he's got 150,000 deposit. If he puts it down on the Mazda, his installment stays exactly the same, roughly 6,500. Question, do I stick with my car that's 4 years old, 1 more year to pay off, or upgrade, because it's obviously not a top-of-the-range Honda,
Yeah.
and go for a CX-30? Same installment, but I'm going to pay for an extra 4 years. What do you do?
I'd go upgrade. The fact that you're thinking about it means that it's an itch. So scratch that itch.
So now, interesting, Nikki, you say the fact that you're thinking about it. I always say that if there's an itch, something you don't like. I'm bored of the drive. I don't like the way the car's wind noises. Something is boring you.
Yeah.
CX-30. Have you had the pleasure of driving a CX-30?
Yes, I have.
How would you describe the performance? I mean, it's not strong,
It's okay.
but it's more than adequate.
It's okay. It's decent. It's
Good looking car?
Yes, good looking car as well. Decent car. Feels good as well. The leather inside. It's a premium feeling car. Like, it doesn't feel like, feels much better than the likes of the Suzuki or Toyotas in that
Premium.
segment. Very
Absolutely.
premium. Yeah.
So here is a typical example of whichever one you take is right.
Yeah.
You keep the vehicle, 1 more year, it's fully paid off, and then it will be cheap to maintain, and you've got no installments. But in 3-4 years, my car is now 2021, that's what, 8 years old? What am I going to get for it?
Exactly.
Change your car every 4 years on one condition, that you're keeping your installment similar and you don't have to pay in. He's got 150,000 deposit out of the car. It's an asset, not a liability.
Yeah.
So 5149, Mazda CX-30, favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color, actually.
I do.
What color?
White.
Okay.
I love the white on that black accents of the wheel arches and the
black style.
bumpers.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yes. Okay.
Congratulations on your CX-30. Keegan has a 2004 Honda S2000 motorbike. No, I'm joking. Just the engine is like a motorbike. Do you know how high those engines rev?
No idea.
It's crazy. It's not like car 6,000. It's 8,000 plus. It really feels like a motorbike engine.
Okay.
Vehicle's got 112,000 kilos.
Okay.
He likes the car, but he no longer loves it. What does he do? Does he keep it? Does he sell it? For me, he has to sell it, because if you no longer love something, you're ready to move on to a new partner. What do you think he's been offered for that, Nikki? What do you think a 21-year-old Honda S2000, and the kilos are low. So there's a fair amount of them around, not a lot, but the kilos are approaching 180, 200, because they're drivable cars. What do you think he's been offered on a car like that?
150 to 200,000.
Close. Double that.
Double what?
325,000 Rand.
Is that where the market is for S2000s now?
Correct. Now again, a car like that is worth what somebody who wants that car is prepared to pay.
Fair enough.
112,000 kilos, so what? That's 5,000 kilos a year roughly that he's done, 5,500 kilos. So is he keeping it or is he selling it?
They will sell. That's a lot of money. Sell it.
For 325,000 Rand today, there's a lot of Opels. For example, I've been looking at a 2007 Opel OPC with 60,000 kilos. How much, Nikki? What do you think I'm going to pay for that?
250.
200,000. Now again, just me, I think that's a nicer car personally than the Honda. However, a lot of people are going to write and say, is this guy crazy?
No.
Honda S2000 is the most future, current and past classic. But Keegan, if it no longer talks to you, and let this be for everybody listening, if a car no longer talks to you, give us an opportunity to possibly buy it and consider selling.
100%.
Do you need vehicle advice? Ask Mikey. From buying to selling and everything in between, there's only one person to ask. Mike is doing it.
Moving on to general, and I absolutely love this question. Now, Dean's the first person that's asked it directly, but often people talk about it. We've said, if you're earning 12 or 14 or 15,000 Rand a month, can you afford to buy a car? Installment, insurance, fuel, maintenance, unforeseens?
No.
So Dean's question is, car ownership versus Uber. Now, doesn't matter where you are, just car ownership versus Uber. What is more cost effective? I've done, personally, I think I've done it right. What is cheaper, to own a car or to use Uber?
I think it depends when you're going. For me, I think it honestly depends where you're going. But I know at the same time, now I'm lying. I think Uber is cheaper because cars has a lot more to it. Because the fuel that the amount you're going to pay to drive, well, to take an Uber from Pretoria to Joburg, you can put that in terms of fuel. But what that comes with now is also your toll gates, tires, accidents. So you need to pay insurance. So I'm going to say Uber's cheaper.
There's not a shadow of doubt in my mind, whoever you are, and again, this will be, in my opinion, the ultimate question that gets asked. We're going to get 1 million views. I want 950,000 people to write in and say, Mike, we totally disagree. Car ownership has got to be cheaper, or we fully agree Uber's cheaper. Just remember, it's insurance, it's maintenance, it's installment, it's parking. I go from Joburg in Bryanston, I go to the airport for the weekend. What's it costing you to park at the airport today, the cheapest parking?
At the airport, for a weekend, I'm sure going to come back looking at close to 1,000, if not over 1,000.
I think you can pay 1,000, but I think the absolute cheapest is 240 Rand a day. I may be wrong, but I think it's so 500 Rand. So we're not arguing. Let's say 500 Rand. For me to catch an Uber to the airport is 250 Rand. To get back is 250. So my parking is paid and my car doesn't drive on air. I drive a petrol. So I think, are we going with Uber being cheaper?
Yeah, I'm going with Uber being cheaper.
Are we going with this is going to be the question that gets the most views ever?
100%.
You know, normally to get the most views, I always say to Nikki, do you want the short answer or the long answer? You got the medium answer. Please give us the long answer, guys. Tabisa's got a very interesting question. So in the main part of the podcast, we spoke about the way taxis drive, the way the 60/60 drivers and all scooter drivers drive.
Yeah.
But good, obedient drivers. We spoke before, seatbelt in a car. Driver, vast majority of people today wear a seatbelt. Is it fair to say you don't see people not driving with a seatbelt, except for taxi drivers?
Yeah.
But Tabisa's question is, why is it not more made out of people in the back not wearing a seatbelt? He says, if you go to the scene of an accident, who is more injured? The backseat passengers or the front seat passengers?
Oh, I think backseat passengers.
100%.
Yeah.
So now the authorities in this country, they will stop you at a roadblock. I will put my neck on a block. You stop at a roadblock, the officer's doing the job as best he knows how. Drivers wearing a seatbelt, passengers wearing a seatbelt. There's 3 people in the back of the car not wearing a seatbelt. Will he say one word about the people in the back not wearing the seatbelt?
High chance, no.
Not a chance. It will be, can I see your license? You'll walk around, check the license of the car. Have you been drinking? It won't even enter his mind. It's not a criticism, but it's just a concern. So Tabisa's question is, why do we not talk about it more? Not us. Why do we as South Africans not talk about it more?
I have no idea, because people are losing their lives because of not wearing seatbelts. I actually have no idea why we're not speaking about it more.
In Australia, the most law-abiding country in the world, they've got what they call gantries. So on the highway, every kilometer, maybe sometimes 2 kilometers, there'll be cameras taken. They can see if you've got a cell phone on your lap. They can see if the passenger or the driver or the backseat passenger is not wearing a seatbelt. And if you're not wearing a seatbelt, one of your passengers, take a guess what happens.
You got to take it.
Fine in the post, and the post works, so not like the South African post office. I'll get as many fines as you like in the post. They're not getting to me. I never got it.
Yeah.
You'll get a fine in the post, and when you get a fine in Australia, is it a monetary fine or a combination of a monetary fine and demerits on your license?
Sure, demerits as well.
Every single fine that you get in Australia, including parking, because a car doesn't park itself, a driver parked the car, you get demerit. So to the South African authorities, let's really look at road safety. The way the 60/60 drivers operate, the way taxis operate, and the way the good, ostensibly law-abiding citizens operate. wear a seatbelt. Can't remember, did you say does a passenger or a backseat passenger have to wear a seatbelt in your car?
Everyone needs to wear a seatbelt in my car.
We like a tag team. Try getting in my car not wearing a seatbelt. Not going to happen. Tabiso, thank you for writing in. Mike, great name, wrote in. I'm not even going to let Nikki be part of this because this is going to be the one where he's going to vehemently disagree. Mike wrote in about stance. He said, simply put, in his opinion, not negotiable, besides looking ugly, which I must be honest, I agree. I know you'll totally disagree. He feels stance, lowered suspensions is completely unsafe. Nikki, your opinion?
No. Some cars, maybe. Some cars, no. Some cars are much safer when they are lower to the ground. Like a city car, for me, it's much safer when it's lower.
Now, if you
Headloads
take the
much better.
steering dynamics, the suspension dynamics on a good road, how sharp is it? Does it feel sharper than if it didn't have the lowered suspension?
Yes, the car feels sharper. Like turning in, it
Yeah.
feels much sharper, like turning in as well. And also when you're driving it at higher speeds, it feels more stable. Well, my car feels more stable.
So I'll never profess to be the expert on this because I'm not. But if you took a Formula One car, the reason I think they feel so tight and they handle so well, number one, they're very low to the ground and there's very little suspension travel. Then you took an SUV, higher off the ground. So it's interesting. But Mike's concern was that the traffic authorities have said that it is legal, and in his opinion, it shouldn't be legal. What would our absolute dream be? To get somebody from the authorities in?
Yes, someone from the National Traffic Police. I don't want TMPD or JMPD. I want national, because those are the basically like the big bosses. I want national. Someone from the national. Please, guys, like that's my biggest. See if I get that, then I can stop shooting the podcast.
Mission accomplished. But on a dead serious note, for us, if there's anybody listening to this podcast in authority, it can be at the traffic, it can be at SAPS, on any topic that we talk about, the way the taxis drive, the way the motorcyclists drive, come in, share with us. I promise you the public wants to hear from you because all they want is, we have an opinion, you have the authoritative voice. Is that correct?
100%. So, you know better than us.
So you'll make Nikki's day and you'll make my day too. Standing invite. Our last question for the day comes from Leighton. He wants our opinion on the influx of Chinese cars. Now, he said it's not our opinion on the quality, etc. Only one question. The Chinese brands keep flowing in. He's done an investigation. He says overseas, in China, there's probably 30 times more brands than what we have in South Africa.
Yes, there is.
So when will it stop? And do we believe that every Chinese brand that is in South Africa today will make it? What do you think?
No.
So my personal view is we're going to see 8, 10, 15 new brands coming next year because it's working. Chinese cars, to their credit, are selling in South Africa. So if I'm from China and I see southern tip of Africa, cars are selling. Why am I not going to risk it, Nikki?
You have nothing to lose.
And that's exactly it. So we import a couple of 100 cars. They don't sell. We don't import more. So let's flip it around now. Chery, Haval, JQ, Amoda, Jitwa. They are here to stay, in my opinion. Are they here to stay?
Yeah, those are the main ones, definitely, yeah.
Do you think some of the brands that have come in are going to exit the market?
Yes.
Because some of them are not doing sales.
Yes, I do think so.
Anyone in particular that stands out?
GAC.
Okay. So now to GAC, Leslie Ramsamar. You run it.
Yes.
Very, very nice guy. I reached out to Leslie because I must tell you,
100%.
looks-wise,
Well, they look good.
I love the look of that car. It looks premium. If there's one brand that I'd like to see make it, it is GAC.
Yeah, just unfortunate because we're not seeing, well, I'm not seeing many on the roads, and that's exactly why I say like if I were to pick out the Chinese, they are the ones that won't make it.
So we absolutely hope every brand, Chinese, Korean, German, you name it, that no one exits. Competition is good, but when you're a brand in South Africa, you've got to offer something unique. BMW offers something unique. Toyota offers something unique. Suzuki offers something unique. GAC, and we're not picking on you, but the reality is the brand could be in a little bit of trouble. Offers something unique. Unlimited warranty that they offer, that's fantastic, but nobody's going to keep the car for 1.2 million. What do you offer that's unique if you GAC? For me, it's simple.
What is it?
Guaranteed buybacks.
Okay.
You believe in our product? We believe in our product. say to me, Michael, 3 years from now, we'll buy this car back from you for X. 4 years from now, we'll buy this car back from you for X again. Now we're doing it. Leslie, look forward to seeing you. YAWA 13 coming up.
100% in 2 weeks' time.
YAWA was brought to you by ChangeCars. Our name says it all.